Oh snap, I think we're live. OMG. Well, what is up? My name is Darshni Wilson, and I am a media ministry leader for a small ministry here in Georgia. And I noticed that I had a few views on a couple of videos that I've done, and they were really just holding places. They weren't, videos for actually using, but, a couple of people watched them. So I thought maybe, y'all would like to see how I do some of the graphics. Today I'm going to do some graphics for a sermon that's going forth on Sunday. And we use OpenLP at my church. And OpenLP is a open source software that allows you to do videos and slides and show Bible verses and song lyrics and all that good stuff. So I'm going to design a couple things for that, and I'm going to show y'all how I do it. I mean, ain't this screen cool? Like, look. It looks like a game. But enough of that. Oh, John, that tripped me out. Okay. It's throwing me off. Let's get into something. All right. First of all, I need music. I can't do this. I need some music. I need music. Y'all get to see what kind of foolishness I watch on YouTube. On my front page. What's it called? No copyright music. And I like the lo-fi
Need a crappy drawing of a pink bird
stuff.
Thing? Ask your niece. Go to Fiverr and get a professionally
designed. I don't need whatever it is that you just asked me for. I believe I'm good. Now we're setting the mood. So, let me turn that down a little bit. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. The name of the sermon is On Fire for Christ. And usually when I get a sermon title or when I'm given a sermon title, the first thing I do is I go to Google and I type it in. And I click on images and I kind of look at what other people have done. And whatever they've done, I try not to do it. First of all, for copyright purposes. And secondly, just wow, like that. I don't want to do what everybody else has done. I don't want to use what everyone else has used. I don't know. I'm lame. I'm prideful. Whatever. That's cute. JohnandCarol.org. That's cute. Like how simple that is. But back to what we're doing here. Probably need to see for that. So I picked a few pictures from some places. And the reason I picked those pictures is because, and I'm gonna go ahead and place these. Yeah, I'm gonna place that one. And by the way, all this stuff that I'm doing, there's probably a better way, faster way, prettier way. I don't know. Whatever it is that y'all into, I'm sure there's a better way to do it, whatever it is. But, if you know of a way that can speed up my workflow, or if you know of something that can help me out, I am always open to hearing those types of suggestions, or what have you. But I got a few pictures of fire here, and I know you're thinking, you just said you're not gonna do what everybody else did. And this looked like everybody else's stuff, but it's not. I promise. I really don't know where I'm going, but I'm not going there. But I'm gonna show you here where I got my pictures. I get them from Pexels. Pexels is it's a free stock photo site, and it's really good stuff. It's submitted by users and things like that. But I mean, it's just good stuff. Like, it doesn't look like clip art. That's nice. Maybe scissors like that. But I mean, it's just good stuff. And you can type in virtually anything and come up with it, and it'll come up with something. And then not only that, but they also have Pexel Video. So if you're ever putting together a video and you need some stock footage, you can get it from here. And it is free for personal and commercial use. You can contribute your own photos. You can browse photos. You can browse photos by color, dude. Like, I want purple pics. Bam. All these pictures with purple in it. Like, Pexel is awesome. And I use Pexels quite frequently. So I highly suggest it. They do an amazing job, and there's new stuff all the time. So definitely check Pexels out. But yeah, so I got these photos from Pexels. I really want to include down at the bottom the people who created these, or did these different pictures. I think I'll put them in the description once I'm done here. But I'm gonna make those blind for now. But like I mentioned, it's on fire for Christ, and I'm probably gonna stop talking here and do a little more thinking, and you can just kind of watch me as I go. But yeah, so what we use is OpenLP. OpenLP allows you to do slide themes and stuff like that. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, it allows you to do like Bible verses and all this good stuff, and those things will show up on your projectors. You can also make your own custom themes here. And so I always do a title slide, which you might be able to see over here. Yeah, I got several little title slides for various things. But I do title slides, speaker slides, whatever, whatever is necessary at the time. And they're all here, and they are all just in this little library where you can queue it up here in the service manager. And I do something custom pretty much every week, depending on what the sermon title is. Like I've done, all kinds of nonsense. Like the Holy Spirit moves, or keep doing it. I'm gonna show it to you. I want to be shown to you. There you go. Stuff like that. And speaker slides, or whoever's talking, they get a cool little picture like that. Whatever. So I do that. So back to our Photoshop. Let me check on what y'all doing. This chat or whatever. I think I gotta chat up. We're back in the vortex. I can't even see my chat. Like, how do y'all? Oh wait, is it just little people's? Oh no, it's not. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that either. I told y'all I'm new at this. Oh, chat. There we go. Damn. Ain't nobody here though. It's cool. I ain't even mad. This is literally my first time. How would y'all know I'm here? I should make a whole video doing this. Like, literally. But you know what I probably should do? I should fix my screencast so that it's only on so that it's only on Okay. There we go. You just want to do the app window. Yeah. So this thing can it's taking like you don't want to do nothing. Okay, well, it's being stingy. It doesn't want to just show my my Photoshop, so I'm gonna just have to sit here. Okay, wait. Oh, you're rude. You're so rude. Hold on. Is that how you do it? Oh, now you want to act right. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we in here. Okay. So let's think. Definitely want this to be my main. Control minus. Just saturate that like that. Let me see. Don't know where I'm going. But I really got a bad. Hold up, y'all. Sorry, that was so rude. My phone is ringing. Let's make a new layer. I'm thinking pink. Maybe like a neon pink. So what y'all think? Like I'm thinking a neon pink. I'm just trying to be kind of out of the box. And of course I'm probably gonna be like, you know what? No, I don't want to do it. But I'm feeling it right now, maybe. I don't know why that's the vibe. Harder pink, maybe. Reddish. We're gonna make this brush a little bit bigger. And I'm on a new layer. And I want a very soft brush. You see the hardness is at 0%. We're just gonna drop some color in here. Let's see, because people. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe a neon pink and a neon, not a neon blue, but you know, possibly neon blue. I'm really like trying to be out of the box here, and I don't really want to do what everyone else has done, kind of. Yeah, I'm thinking neon pink, neon blue is the move, definitely. Or maybe a purple. Ooh, a deep blue purple. Yes, that is the answer. I'm gonna leave a little black and whatever, just to help life out. Let's change this to overlay. No. Oh, I'm changing the wrong layer. That's why I told y'all I'm not a 100% expert. I do okay. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know. I'm feeling it. I think I like that. I like that. I'm actually going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to bring it over the top of this black and white.
Open the world of music. A new streaming service with the official audio
image,
and video.
I am going
Playlists,
to,
live performances.
I think I want to blur it just a little bit.
Find anywhere else. It's all here.
I'll make sure I can see them. I'm going to change that to linear dodge. All right. We're coming up on something. Slowly but surely. I'm definitely thinking like a brush script now. Like, I like the artistic nature of this one. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm good. Okay. And I have, in more recent pieces, I've gone towards flat design. Now, I used to be someone who used to pull out all the stops and make stuff look like it's made of chrome and all this can on. And I'm just not here for it anymore. Like, it takes so much time, and it's very impressive, don't get me wrong. But it just takes so long, and you have so much to do as a like a media ministry leader, or if you are a communications director for a church. There's just so much. And when you realize that you can do something just as amazing with just a little less, you tend to do the best. You tend to go that route, whatever's easiest. It's a little too hard to see. Let's go back to normal, and if we drop opacity, You might get the same effect. Well, not quite the same effect, but a little more visible. Very well-known font, Blossom Bloom here. Don't know if I'm gonna keep it. Probably not. Like, this is the beginning. Like, this is my process where I just make ugly things and then figure out how to make it not ugly later. Haven't quite figured out how I want this to go just yet, but I will figure it out by the way. I wonder if it's gonna start playing ads. There you go. Skip ad, honey. I have not decided which way I want to go with this yet. I'm thinking I might want to be a little more dark, because this pink and stuff is pretty loud. What happens when you turn it down? Maybe blur this a little bit. Not that much. And I'll probably just throw something together for a second so that I can show you guys how to put it in Open LP. I really want this to change. I'm not happy with the typography. Literally change it to something. No. Not at all. Some of this stuff I knew was wrong when I clicked it. Before I clicked it. I don't know why I did it anyway, but I did it. You know what? Maybe you don't need to be... No, you need to be all caps. Something that looks good in all caps. Also, if you are a media ministry leader, if you are pretty much anything creative, be very careful of the fonts you use. Not all fonts are made for, they're not all made to be used in church or whatever. Anything that's gonna get a profit from it, you can't always use that font. It has to be a commercial licensed font. And if it's not, you're gonna mess around and get yourself sued or something crazy. I don't know why I'm picking the ugliest fonts today. Like some days I am absolutely trash at typography. I am trash. I don't know why. It's just some days I'm worse than others. Ooh, cool. I can watch myself. At least I know I'm not doing nothing crazy. Let's see. Okay, I'm not opposed to that. Maybe. I don't know. Thinking about it. Oh, now they're gonna show me an ad like 9 times in a row because they haven't shown me in a while. They were doing me a favor. Maybe not pink. Maybe that's what my problem is. But regardless, blase. Like, what if we were to, save this? It looks like trash, but that's not what I'm here to tell you about. I'm here to tell you how to use OpenLP. Title, slide 1. I am terrible at naming things. Like, I need to get my life together when it concerns being organized. So I'm gonna come over here and open up OpenLP. I'm gonna do a new service because I'm gonna do some testing. I saved it. I don't know why, but I didn't need to. I don't need none of this stuff in here. Like, let's put that there. Ooh, whenever you're doing your slides in Photoshop, always spell check. I can't tell you the number of times I've put something super misspelled on that screen. Had to take that L for it later. Spell check your stuff. I never spell check, and I need to get my life together concerning that. But so here we are in OpenLP. This is your library on this side here. And I've created groups for different parts of the service, like service, pre-service, Kingdom Business, which is where we do our announcements, Bible study, whatever, I've kind of categorized everything, and then I got some kind of miscellaneous that's sitting out here. But you're going to load a new image, and you're going to go get the image that you just made, wherever it may be. And you can choose to put it in an existing group that you've already made, or you can make a new group for it. I'm not going to put it in a group right now. And basically, you right-click, or for Mac users, you two-finger click. I don't know what they call it. And you can choose to put it in the preview pane, which is right here, where you can see it, but the next person, but the
open rates on the emails are double or average. The click-through rates on the emails are
rude. Hurts, girl. Okay, I'm with it. Oh wait, can you even see my OpenLP? I don't think you can. Let me fix that. Where is my Googly Hangout? That's what I need. I'm going to get so much better at this as I practice. This is why you shouldn't be upset if you don't have subscribers. Like, I'm sure people are going to play this back one day and then there's going to be like 1 billion views on it. Lord willing. But, yeah, for now, it's a good thing to start out small because you can mess up and fall on your face and it's cool. Because I'm falling on my face right now. So let's share my entire screen. Share. I hate when it does that. Didn't need you to see that either. All right, there we go. So this is OpenLP. You can put things in your preview pane, which is right here in this little space. Or you can put it in the live, which is sending it straight to your projector or your television or whatever it is that you want to send it to. Or you can put it in this service manager where you can just click down the list. Like if I had a service open, like let's open the service. All right. Like I have a service list, so I know everything that I'm about to do, everything is queued up. The next thing that I'm going to, the Bible verses I'm going to, all of it's already there. And so right now my On Fire for Christ slide is in the live, but I can add it to that list. And then I can also create a theme. So I'm going to show y'all how I create my themes. Basically, my theme is the same thing as my title slide, except it's made to show words on top of it. So you might look at this with the words on top and it's kind of hard to see. So usually I drop the opacity of anything that's harsh, kind of darken it a bit. I might pour black all over a layer. Bam. And then drop the opacity so it shows up darker and you can see the words better. File, save as, JPEG, slide 1, whatever. Now here I have some themes that I've already made, and that's because I've set the text to where I want it to show up. And since I don't want to do that again, I'm just going to hit copy theme and name it something else. On Fire. That's what we'll call it. So now we have, you better not freeze. Okay. I was gonna trip. There we go. We have a theme called On Fire now. And we're gonna edit this theme. I wanna edit On Fire. And we're gonna change the image. I think I saved it in Tablet. Yeah. And so now I've set my image. You can also change your font size to show you how many lines you put on a slide. Please don't be the noob that
average. The click-through rates on the emails are 3 to 4 times that.
Don't be the noob that puts 1 million verses on one slide. That is very hard to read. No one likes that. This is probably actually too few verses, to be honest. So the smaller the size, the more you can get on the slide. And then the line spacing is how much space are between each line. If you don't have enough line spacing, it can be hard to read. And especially if your congregation looks at your screen and reads it, you definitely don't want to have to, you know, do that where they can't read what you're. What? You should be dying in a minute. I'm just. All right. So you can change things like the outline. You can also put a drop shadow on your text. I do not recommend drop shadows on your text because they can kind of get in the way of your view too. I tend not to use drop shadows as much even in Photoshop. And it's just because it's kind of cluttery. It kind of clutters up your design. And you want to make things as easy on the eyes as possible. You know, somebody might be reading for 6 hours. You want to make sure that they're able, you know, your congregation is cool with having a look at that. So we're going to continue on. You can also change the font size and the font color and the font of the little attributes that sit in the corner. Like it'll tell you that you're on Matthew 3 and 13. King James Version, whatever. It'll tell you that in the corner. You can align it to the side, the middle, or, you know, wherever. And it gives you a preview. The problem with my preview right now is it's set to the screen that we show it on. So it looks wrong here, but it'll actually show up correctly on the screen. So if you build a theme, don't be worried about how it looks. I know that's crazy. But when you look at it here, it's going to show it to you how it's going to show up on that screen, if that makes sense. So you're going to click done. And now when you come up here to your thing here, you can choose what theme you want to run with. I want to run with On Fire, of course. And now every Bible verse that I put up on the screen is going to have that theme in the background. And I said I was going to make a social media graphic, didn't I? I really need to do that. So I got it cropped right now at 1:1 ratio. Of course, we do this because Instagram is 1:1. Well, most of the time. They done got bougie now and they want to take up the whole screen. But we'll fool with that later. But are you now? But yeah, so you want to take your crop tool and set it to the 1:1 square setting, and it's going to automatically crop your picture to a 1:1 ratio or a perfect square. You can do other things too, like you can do a 16:9 if you know you're going to show it on a widescreen TV. Most of your flat screens, your smart TVs and all that, they're going to be in 16:9. There are a few projectors and things that are going to be in 4:3. So if your projector is in 4:3 or whatever you're going to show this on, you can crop to 4:3. But because this is for social media, like I said, we want it to be able to go between Facebook and Instagram with no problems. So square it is. Double click to solidify that change. And what I'm actually going to do, let's see, do I have that already set? No, I don't. So I only have my grid set to rule of thirds. But what you can do if you're looking to figure out how you can block this off, or you can block your boundaries so that it'll be able to show a video in the middle, is you can take a photo that you have a photo that you've done somewhere or what have you.
Securian Financial offers solutions that give you.
There we go. Let's think here, because even this right here would be 16:9. and I can borrow this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a screenshot. I actually do it. Yeah, I did a screenshot of it. Control-Shift-3 on a MacBook gives you an instant full screen screenshot. Control-Shift-4 gives you a screenshot that you can draw yourself, like this. And I'll take a picture of it. I didn't need that, but whatever. And honestly, I could have taken one of the slides I just made and stuck it in the middle. There you go. Now it's in the middle. And these two blocks are going to show. So everything that's in the middle is actually going to be the video of whatever you're going to do. In this case, what we do at our church is we do sermon snippets. The reason we do sermon snippets is because it takes a ton of time to edit a whole sermon. Ain't no point in it. And I mean, I do the whole sermons and I'll post them to YouTube. But as far as having to put one of those on our social media, you're not going to watch 45 hour and a half, 2 hours of nobody talking. So there's no point in me putting all that up there. So I don't do it. I think what I try to stay under, honestly, you stop listening at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You're not listening anymore. But, you know. If you run a little over the 230, that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. What was that font I just used? Then. Font Squirrel has fonts that are, they have a few fonts, not a lot, but a few fonts that are available for commercial use, free for commercial use. They're not great, or at least not in my opinion, but, you know, they're there. And like I said, normally I would put my foot in this. I would kill it. But I'm just doing this for demonstrative purposes. I'm writing gibberish. Blossom Bloom. Just the kernel. Keep that down. Now, if you just feel like being extra, you could, well, let's just brighten all that up. Not quite that much. We'll just get us a little less juicy. What was I saying? The tops and the bottoms here are prime real estate for you to market your church's brand. So I highly suggest you use that space for that purpose. So you can put your social media links. If the full version is going to be on YouTube, you can put that here.
More than double our average. The click-through rates on the
They're killing me with the ads, dude. That's all right. Get y'all money. You definitely want to put your ad there. I'm just gonna put in some fakery. I don't want y'all to know where I be at. Not yet anyway. I wouldn't put it in that font. Make sure that everything that you do is from the end user perspective. Make sure that you are doing things that are legible. Make sure that you're doing things that people can easily understand what you got going on and all of this. You really got to spell things out and make sure that they're clear. And it's not because, you know, oh, we're just, you know, people are slow or nothing like that. It's not that. You just are dealing with different people with different understanding of technology. So you want to be accommodating of that. I don't know what, I mean, if I had a logo, it would go in the middle of that bottom row. I don't, not a generic one that I can just throw in there. I thought at one time they had a cross in here. They may have, and they got rid of it. Ooh, that's cute. Look at you. It's a ram in the bush, y'all. Another free resource, Icon Monster. Come on. I think. Yes. And if you need something like a Facebook icon or something like that, you can get it here. So you can just type in Facebook, and it'll pull up all these different versions of Facebook icons. You can punch in virtually anything. Let's say you need a credit card logo, and it'll give you all these cool little options. Visa, MasterCard, and right now I need Facebook. It's been a long day, guys. It's the older version. I'll take a newer version. I'll take a circle. I don't even know why I took a circle. But when you choose icons here, you can get the SVG, you can get the EPS, the PSD, which is the Photoshop document. You can get a PNG, which is my favorite. And once you choose a PNG, you can also choose its color. So you don't got to do anything once you get into Photoshop. You just drag and drop. And you can go 240 pixels or it'll go smaller. You know, smaller, bigger, whatever. And if you turn something white and you can't see, you can flip this button. So now you can see it. Ain't that nifty, y'all? I think it now has a don't know what that's for. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think it puts a border on it. We won't need none of that. I like to go bigger just in case that I find that I want to go bigger than the resolution I chose, and then I'd have to do it again because it'd be pixely. Of course, you run into that. This square is extremely small, but don't be like me. Be better than me. This is a small square. And of course, your stuff doesn't have to look like this. I'm literally just doing this to show y'all what y'all can do. It's not pretty or anything. I could also use an Instagram. When you are doing these logos, try to keep the same style between all of your little logos. So like just a minute ago, I used the newer version of the Instagram, of the Facebook logo. So you should probably use the newer version of the Instagram logo as well. Sure. And I need a PNG. I need it quiet. 240 pixels. Let me make sure it looked like something. Yes, it does. I agree. Download. Inconsistencies like that make you look low budget. I know I'm one to talk because this looks like trash. But when I have a better, more, I don't know, more clear tutorial to show you, it'll be bomb, I promise. This is garbage, but you know whatever. No. That brings up an excellent point. When you are scaling, always hold the shift key as you drag from this corner, from a corner of it. Don't drag from the middle. I mean, you can, but it won't hold your proportions. Always drag from the corner and always hold shift. You can tell a noob designer from someone who's seasoned because all their pictures of people look like this. They're all squished up, and you don't want that. So do the right thing, people. Don't be low budget. And what I should have done is sized those two together, but I did not because I'm whack. Shift and click will allow you to click more than one item at a time, and you can hit one of these buttons up here at the top to align. And everybody is on the same page. So now when I get ready to take this into Final Cut Pro, when I've done my video snippet, I edit my video and then I save it. And then once I've edited my video and saved it, I will open a new project and I will put this in the background and the video will go right here in this space. And it doesn't have to be in Final Cut Pro. Pretty much anything will allow you to do that. Even 3 programs, you know. And when you do it in Final Cut, it'll automatically stick it dead in the middle. So you don't have to worry about having guides or anything like that. I do it from time to time. But, you know, if you ever decided to do something weird or crazy or fade out or whatever, you know, there'll be something there. If you put black there, however, if you fade to black at the end of it, you won't have to worry about lining that up and timing it just right and all that good stuff because it's already black in the background. So when you fade to black, it really does fade to black. So there you go. I'm going to change the background of my workstation to light gray so I can tell one thing from another. Not light gray. How about medium? That's fine. So that's my little social media graphic, and all of that stuff is ready to go after Sunday. So I am not killing myself trying to post this stuff on time. So what I do is I make these things ahead of time. I probably make them on like a Friday or a Saturday. Usually Saturdays, I'm trying to chill. Do that happen? No. But that's fine too. It's a part of the game. It's part of the job. And do this on Friday or Saturday. And then by Sunday, I am all set and ready to go. And I'm just dragging and dropping at that point. So the sermon's already done. The social media graphics is already done. I might, from this same thing, make a background for like quotes. Like if whoever is preaching says something like really notable. Oops. Hold Alt and click a layer, and it'll give you this two-headed arrow, and it'll allow you to copy that layer.
Open the world of music, a new streaming service with the official audio and.
You see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me go back because I forgot. I didn't even save that other one. Up here. There you go.
It's all here.
Went back in my history and just jumped up a few steps. And that took us back where we were. We're going to go ahead and save that now as a JPEG. Boom. Social on fire. And then we're going to delete this. And I'm going to actually save this one as a PSD because we will be going back and editing this one. That's cool. She did not want to be a part of the reason. We're going to do what we want to do. Let's actually put who actually said that. Nah, they might not want to be in this video. So now we got a graphic that's already ready to go.
South and eastward. The central and eastern parts of Kansas will very probably be cloudy in the morning, and then western Kansas will begin to
line that up.
by tomorrow afternoon. Today, though, a very, very pleasant reading. 73 at the Midland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 by the good folks of Florida.
I'm with it. Save it as a PSD. I'm a nut. On fire quote.
And in the Ponca City Blackfoot area, 68 degrees today.
So I think that is that. So just out of that one graphic, we've already covered our quote slide. We've already covered our title slide, which is not cute, but you know, whatever. We've covered our theme slide. And then we have our social slide for our video clip. And then our quote clip. And now you have all that stuff ready to go for Sunday. So that is it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know, and I would love to address them. I really did not try that hard. So I know there's some like real live designers out there watching, and it's like, oh, girl, you do trash. I know this. But yeah. But that is it. And I think I will try to get some sleep because I got to be out early Saturday morning. Y'all be blessed or whatever.